Alright, so another video today. I was reading Substack as I was uploading the video that I recorded before this recording this video, right? So I encountered a new post, a new publication which basically tells that the person is making the publication is dedicating the publication to that one project that he has dedicated his entire life into his house, like by selling his house, by leaving the job, by leaving everything he had behind, and going forward with a van to go around the states of America and to play golf with strangers, to listen to their stories. His mission is that. How interesting is that? Like, he has dedicated his entire life into listening to other story by going around the states and playing golf with them. Like, while playing golf with them, he will eventually listen to their stories, ask them for their stories, right? And guess what? He has been encountering many people's stories. It's sad, whether it's sad, sorrow, happiness, or absurdness, absurdity, stupidity, humor, love, everything. And among them, he sought a lady as an example who was going through a bitter breakup, and she was basically making her son, her adolescent son, comfortable in the golf. Another person who was playing golf with him had an accident on the roof, and the story of how he overcame that injury or something like that. And like that, there are many people's story that he would like to write a book on. Essentially, the whole point of this project is that he is writing a book, a whole book on the stories of people. And guess what? He started this publication on Substack to document every stories that he encountered along his journey, which essentially makes him feel less lonely. Also, it would build an audience who would essentially be pre-reading or pre-buying that book of his, right? It's an interesting and it's very fantastic way to build audience plus tell stories and make your personal brand before you even launch the book. It's really great. And after reading this, I searched for more posts to read on Substack, and I came across this archaeological post where the author is saying that there has been a discovery of mummies at a mountain of Argentina, where archaeologists or excavators found a well preserved body of an teenager who has been sacrificed in a lot back in BC period, right? And the whole fascinating part is that her body was well preserved. The skin, the blood was still freeze, like her body was frozen, and that is the reason why her blood was still freeze in her heart. The skin was freeze, everything. And that is what makes this excavation fascinating. It might be the mountain of Illuliamos or something like that. Oh, no, no, it is the work of an tribal group called Ilialimoko or something like that. But on the other hand, tribe groups of the present age criticize this excavation as if presenting their children in circus. there is a lot of controversy with that, with the fact that showcasing sacrificed bodies to public like circus. And it makes sense because it kind of makes sense. I don't know, I might be wrong or something. When you sacrifice someone, when someone is dead, you are essentially bringing that dead body to showcasing to public galleries, right? Somebody's body is showcased. Like imagine your body is sacrificed and your body is being showcased in a public place. How does it feel? That is the thing. That is the point here. Another point that the author has made is that there has been, like, as we all know, that we have this great excavation team of pyramids of Egypt. And among that pyramids, the main one had a huge void inside the pyramid. And they found out that void by scanners, meteorological scanners. Now they refer these voids as places where bodies might have been, the sacrificed bodies might have been preserving at that point, which is scientifically, like, no elements from outside are exposed to their body, which makes sense that scientifically their body should be well preserved if it is made for sacrificing bodies. But essentially, the whole point here is that as archaeologists, as excavation experts, we must take a step back to realize, analyze. The whole point here is that is it really important to destroy everything on our way to find secrets, right? That is the whole point of this post. And now this is getting interesting. I'm reading a lot of posts and I'm getting a lot knowledgeable about various topics, which is good for the mind. It's basically a language diet for the mind, and I need to insert a lot of words in my prefrontal cortex. But day by day, I am getting this arc to successfully grow their online business and essentially to go abroad to explore places, various places. I would like to have a lot of memories before I do something big. And that would be very helpful to build a lot of stories. The art of listening to other people's stories and having a lot of stories to tell is really fascinating. A rich mind, right? That is the whole point here. And the more I read posts like this, the more I get this urge to build this online business and to explore the world for an year. After that, I will change for my biggest dreams, right? So yeah, that is the whole point here. Still, now I have 1 minute left for 10 minutes. And what should I talk about right now? So there has been two growth operators who are positioning themselves as storytelling experts, and their whole content creation is around storytelling. Every content they make, every post they make, they are all stories. But essentially, every micro stories they are telling from their life are either of their own journey or something that they have learned, like a lesson. Because after all, what's the best way to learn a lesson? That's right, it's story. You learn a lot of wisdom through reading stories. That is the whole point here. You are giving people a meaning to listen to you. And along with that, you are basically creating a lot of stories of your journey to share to your audience, and it would build an authentic brand for the long term, which I want to do myself. And that means to write a lot of stories. And I have to essentially get back to write daily journals on this diary, which I used to do months ago. But that habit wiped off, that habit soon evaporated by the stress of studies and life. But again, I have to bring that back for the sake of building my brand. Like, there are a lot of micro stories on these journals. Not only this, I have another journal. And I have to collect many stories like that. So yeah, that makes the end of this video. I think I will make another video. Let's see what it goes.